We'll come on in here.
In here?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is my supervisor, Amy Green.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Amy.
So I mailed the NOEs to you about the new report. Did you receive them?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to go over the allegations of the report again, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
All right, so it's for inadequate guardianship. 6-year-old Anya resides with her mother, Susan, and visits with father. Anya is diagnosed with a mood disorder with psychotic features. The child exhibits serious behaviors in which she bites, kicks, and needs to be restrained and escorted out of situations. The child was unable to accompany peers in the community due to these behaviors. The child was placed on antipsychotic medication over the summer that improved the child's psychotic behaviors, and restraints, escorts, and other behaviors diminished tremendously. During a recent visitation with her father, he read the side effects to the child off the internet. As a result, the child became fixed in thinking that her mother is trying to kill her, and the father has mental health issues and is not stable. So that's the allegations of the report.
About 3 weeks ago, Anya had mentioned to me that Mommy was giving her some kind of pill. And I didn't know whether that was for a headache or for a cold or whatever. So I didn't think too much of it. The week after that, she was dancing in my apartment just because we had some pretty good disco music on. And she was dancing up and down. And all of a sudden she clutches her heart and says, "Ow, my heart hurts. I can't dance anymore." And then she sits down and she goes, "I'm scared." And at that point I started wondering what this pill could possibly be. And I asked her, I said, "Well, do you know what color it is? When do they give it to you? What's it supposed to be for?" She said, "It's supposed to make me cooperate, and it's supposed to relax me." Trying to get any kind of hint because she didn't know the name of it either. So I'm very concerned. I don't know what it is. Suzanne has never told me even that she was medicating her, let alone what it is. I don't know what doctor is giving it to her. And if it is what you're saying it is, I'm freaking out because this is like Munchausen by proxy. My daughter does not have psychosis.
And you're not aware of the medication that she's on at all?
I don't know what it is.
You weren't told at family court?
No.
My question is, without knowing what the medication was, or speaking to the professional that's providing that medication to her, how do you feel it's appropriate to discuss possible side effects with a child that you are aware of having developmental delays?
When you say I discuss possible side effects.
Discuss that with a child A, B, a child that you know has developmental delays. And you don't even know what in fact that medication is. That's your statement to me right now. You don't even know what she's on. You took the time to look it up on the internet, a bunch of different medications, and go over the possible side effects of all these different medications with a child that you know is developmentally delayed. And you felt that was appropriate because why? Why do you feel that that was an appropriate thing to do with a child that you know has developmental delays?
When you're ready,
I'm ready.
Try to answer your question.
I'm ready.
Okay. You've just presented the facts, not how they happened. Okay. I don't know what she was taking. I'm trying to identify what she's taking by her oratory, by what she says she remembers. I am going on the internet. I'm asking her.
Right, we've gotten this side. I understand that part.
Well, let
I've
me
already
put it.
stated that part.
Well, let me put it in my own words.
Those
Okay?
were your words.
Can I put it in my own words?
I want you to move forward.
So you're not letting me put it how I want to put it.
You've already said this.
No, I have not said it.
Fine. Put it in your own words.
Okay, thank you. So I'm looking at these things. I don't know specifically what it is, but I'm also trying to find out what could be given to a child who supposedly has PDD-NOS. And I'm looking and I'm reading some things on Wikipedia. We're looking up, we're trying to find out what it is. And I kept asking her, "Do you know the name of this thing?" She says, "No, I don't know the name of this thing." So I perused through the internet on Wikipedia trying to find out what could possibly match up everything I knew about my daughter.
With your daughter present?
Yes, with my daughter present, to see what could possibly be this medication. I don't know what you've been taking. I don't know what it is. And I'm truly at a loss even at that point. Who do I call? Can't call her doctor. I can't call the school. I can't call her mother because her mother has put restraining orders.
Why do you feel it was appropriate to do this with Anya?
Because she's my daughter, and I'm very concerned as to what she might be taking.
How old is Anya?
She's 7.5.
And what does she suffer from?
I don't believe she's suffering from anything.
She has developmental delays.
She does not have developmental delays.
It is inappropriate to
She's
discuss
gifted.
this information with your child. Is it inappropriate for you to question your child to this length? I'm telling you that. The judge is going to tell you the same thing. This was inappropriate for you to do with this child.
I'm trying to find out what the medication was.
It does not matter. The judge has determined that you're not eligible to have that information at this point.
The judge never said that.
You should make the obvious choice. Are not things you should be telling your child.
I didn't tell her anything.
You told her it could cause this, it could cause that.
I said I don't know what it is.
Your child has now related. It could be this, it could be that too.
Did I say that?
This is poison. No, we've spoken to your child.
No, did I say it could be this, it could be that?
You did.
What did I say?
You did.
I said I don't know. I keep telling you what I told her.
And we're going to report this information to the judge.
Well, you should, because I'm concerned. Let me ask you a question. Do you think it was her mother's responsibility to at least let me know?
No.
No?
Her mother does not have a court order that says she has to share any of that information with you. You don't have overnight visits. You're not responsible for giving her any of the medication.
My daughter
It is not your ex-wife's responsibility.
My daughter is with me for an extended period of time on Sundays. Whatever this medication is might have side effects.
No.
It might have contraindications for other medications.
And then you would take her to the hospital, and the hospital would call her mother, because her mother is the legal custodian that has to consent to any medical care she would receive.
So you don't think it was irresponsible for her mother not to tell me what medicine she's taking?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I do not.
I think it is. So I mean, I just plied on telling her that we're not sure. I don't know what it is. And if that was wrong, then that's my mistake. But I was so concerned at the time, she clutched her heart. I was trying to figure out what it was.
But not concerned enough to call an ambulance or take her to the doctor?
No, because when she sat down and relaxed, she said, I'm feeling much better now, I'm okay.
It's the dancing that wouldn't raise her heart rate enough that she would feel her heart thumping.
Well.
Because if it was my child and we were dancing and being silly like that, and she said her heart hurt, I said, well, take a minute, you're probably just, got your heart rate up.
Well, it could be.
That's probably what occurred. So you pick her up at 9, and then what time do you bring her home?
At 5.
At 5. So you have her from 9 to 5.
I don't bring her home because I don't know where she lives.
All right. Well, wherever the visitation occurs, exchange, you have her from 9 to 5.
Right.
All right. So what is a normal visit? What do you guys normally do on a visit? What do you feed her? What do you give her to drink?
Well, we go often to like a fair or game farm, or one time we went to the animal sanctuary. Sometimes we visit friends. What I do is I pick her up. I get coffee, she gets a soda.
At 9 in the morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the 0-calorie sodas.
Still caffeine, though?
No, there was no caffeine in that.
Are you sure?
Yeah. It says 0 everything on it.
You might want to double check that, because a lot of those 0-calorie sodas still have caffeine.
I will.
And that's not good for an 8-year-old. And the sugar content alone in a soda is
not
9 o'clock in the morning.
0 calorie, 0 sugar.
But they're using some other sweetener, which is also sugar. It's also, it's a sugar substitute.
Yes.
Yes. So it has the same effect as sugar on an 8-year-old.
It does?
Yes.
I thought sugar was fattening and it gave you energy, but this is not metabolized. It's not.
It also gives them energy. It's not a good idea to be giving that to an 8-year-old, especially at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Even if it's sugar-free and caffeine-free, right?
Yes.
Okay.
She should be drinking milk, juice.
I've been concerned about her weight, so I usually weigh her as well.
Like too small, too big?
How heavy is she?
Yes, like you're concerned about her weight.
Way too big.
She's overweight.
Yes.
Okay.
She's 103 pounds now.
Okay.
And I've been weighing her every time she visits, and it's like going up 3/4 of a pound each time I visit. She visits with me.
Is she getting taller at all?
No.
Okay, how tall is she?
About 4.5 feet, something like that.
That's an appropriate weight.
You have to see her. She's obese. In fact, I looked up the BMI. It's above 99%. So
okay, so you weigh her every week. What do you say to her when you're weighing her? Like, does she know why you're weighing her?
Yeah, because I tell her, I say, well, Anya, we have to try to get your weight down because it's healthier for you, and you have more energy. And so my concern at this juncture, before I get any custody, is that she's being fed properly, and she's not, I don't think.
Well, what are you feeding her on your visits with her? Are you giving her soda
yes.
at 9 in the morning? What else do you give her?
I'm giving her 0 calories, 0 caffeine soda, so she couldn't be possibly gaining weight from that.
No, but I mean, it's still, it's not teaching her healthy eating habits. Whether it's 0 calories, 0 caffeine, it's still something, she can't equate when she's home or out with other friends that soda is not okay to drink because she doesn't.
I tell her that, though.
You tell her that, but she's 7.5.
No, in fact, she affirmatively said this to me last visit. She said, I can't drink soda because it's too fattening, it's like a meal.
Yeah.
That's what she said. And I said, well, this soda is okay because it has 0 calories. It's not like a meal, it's like water.
But it's not really like water. All that stuff still breaks down your body. If you want to give her something healthy to drink, if it's like water, then why isn't water good enough?
Because she wanted something tastier than water.
Juice. Watered down
juice has calories.
Water it down. It's got nutrients in it. This soda has no valid nutrients whatsoever.
Well, that may be true.
You're giving her empty calories, even if it's
There's no calories.
It's empty chemicals that you're putting in your child's body. It's not teaching her any healthy eating habits. And I'm one to talk. I'm overweight, but I do eat actually as healthy as I possibly can. But anyhow, and I teach my child appropriate eating habits. All right, and what is she drinking?
Well, she's drinking the no-calorie sodas that I have for her, and water sometimes. She doesn't like it as much. I don't know.
Coffee?
Sometimes, yeah. A decaf coffee I will give her because she likes the taste of it, yeah. I have her for 8 hours. Her mother has her for the 6.5 days.
But you're reinforcing negative eating habits while discussing with her that you're concerned about her weight. So you get her for a visit, you go to her house, you put her on your scale, you tell her you're concerned about her weight and you need to work on it, and then you take her to McDonald's for a Happy Meal and fries. What kind of message? Do you see where that's a mixed message that you're sending her? So the times that she's not with you, well, Daddy takes me to McDonald's, so it must be okay. You're sending her a very mixed message. You're sending me a very mixed message about that too. I would be very confused if every time you saw me you put me on a scale but then took me out for a steak dinner.
If I had her for any appreciable amount of time, then I would make sure that her caloric intake was extremely lowered.
But if you're
that would not be her normal diet. In the little bit of time that I have with her, I don't have the opportunity to do much teaching. All we have really is to be with each other and enjoy each other's company and go to places and have fun together. I'm trying to fit all of that into our brief 8 hours that we have together. So, I mean, we're pretty much like hugging each other and hoping to make the best of what we have together. If we could only have more time, then what you're saying is exactly true. I would absolutely make sure that her caloric intake went down.
So then my recommendation would be, stop weighing your child.
Well, then how am I supposed to know how much she weighs?
Why do you need to know how much she weighs?
Because it's my concern that she's getting obese.
But then you're not following through with your concern.
It's actually a legal concern. It's not just a health concern.
Listen.
It's a legal concern because her mother's permitting her to get this obese.
But
I'm not doing it. I'm not. I only have 8 hours on a week.
You're taking her to McDonald's. You're giving her energy drinks.
I respectfully disagree.
You're more than welcome to disagree.
Okay.
But I'm telling you that your actions are inappropriate. You're sending mixed signals to your child. You need to stop one or stop the other. You're telling me it's too difficult to plan meals and find things that your child will eat. then you need to stop weighing her. That is a humiliation factor that we're also going to be informing the judge you're doing. And discussing.
It's not meant to be a humiliation factor.
But she's 7.5. You're treating her inappropriately. You're telling her that you're concerned about her weight and that she needs to work on it. That is not appropriate to be doing with your child. Not appropriate. So,
well, what should I say after weighing her?
Don't weigh her. Don't weigh her. She's getting weighed at her doctor's office every year when she has a physical. If the nurse at school is concerned, the nurse at the school can weigh her. You don't need to weigh her. You're not a medical practitioner. You don't know why she may be gaining weight. You're not in the mother's home to see what's going on in the mother's home. Stop weighing her is my high recommendation, and it's going to be put in a report to the judge that we are highly recommending that you stop weighing this child and stop discussing her weight with her. That's how you end up with a child who's 16, 17, 18, 30, 40 that has major self-image and weight issues. You shouldn't be doing it. Don't discuss her weight with her. Don't weigh her. If you're so concerned about her eating choices, help her find other things, and then if she really likes it, send the recipe home with her and say, hey, maybe you and Mommy can make this week too. That's appropriate. That's creating a healthy lifestyle for your child and healthy relationships with both parents. That's what you should be doing.
I want her to have a healthy relationship with both parents.
And that's what you should be doing. And so it shouldn't be, I'm concerned about your weight, you really need to work on this, because that's sending her a negative image about her own body, sending her a negative message about how her mother is feeding her.
I'm not trying to humiliate her. I'm trying to encourage her.
You're not trying to, but you're not thinking it all
I'm trying to encourage her to
the far side of that equation. You're not thinking all the way through to the far side of that equation. If you are talking to a 7.5-year-old and putting her on a scale every time you see her and then having a discussion with her about her weight, she's putting that in her head in the manner that a 7-year-old does. I'm fat. And that's what she's going to carry throughout her life.
Is it possible that whatever her mother is giving her is making her gain weight?
It's possible that she's going to hit a growth spurt, and all children put on a little bit of weight before they have a growth spurt.
Do you suppose that the medicine,
she might put 10 pounds
because
on and then gain 3 inches.
she didn't weigh this much before her mother took her. She weighed 80 pounds, and in a matter of months she ballooned up to 103.
It's possible she's going to have a growth spurt soon. My daughter did that. She'd put 10 pounds on, get all chunky and punched out, and then she'd shoot up 2 inches and thin right back out. If the doctor was concerned about her weight, the doctor would be discussing her weight. The doctor has not been discussing her weight.
Well, I'm concerned because I'm her father.
Yes, I understand that. But the way you're showing your concern is not appropriate.
How else would I know?
Why do you need to weigh her? If she looks
I'm
pudgy,
concerned about her health.
But why do you need to know the exact number?
Not the exact number, the trend.
This is excessive. I would like you to stop weighing her, period, and to stop discussing her weight with her, period. I feel that this is inappropriate. Well, you know, we're not going to McDonald's. It's not a healthy place to eat.
Make some home chicken nuggets.
Yes. Not going to McDonald's. We can make chicken nuggets at home. We're not going to be doing McDonald's. It's not a healthy place to eat, and I don't want to take you somewhere that's not healthy. I want to help you learn healthy ways to eat. The time you spend with her is the time you spend with her.
That's essentially.
What's happening the other 6.5 days a week is not your business to question her about. You should not be questioning your child about what's going on at home, what's going on at school.
Not even what's going on at school?
You can ask her how her day is, what do you like about school, but you should not be questioning her.
I mean, I can ask her how she's doing in school,
yes,
right?
But you should not be questioning her. Alright, so basically what it comes down to today is your time with your daughter is your time with your daughter. It's not your time to discuss with her any concerns you have about her weight, her eating habits, her medication, her doctor visits, or what occurs at her mother's home. You should not be questioning your child, period.
Yeah, most of that I don't. I mean, I do ask her about school.
That's fine.
And when she mentioned to me that she was, I mean, I didn't ask her, she mentioned to me that she was getting a pill initially, so then I followed up on it. I wanted to know more about it.
Yes, but you took it to a level that was inappropriate. Put a seed in there, and that seed flowered into a nice big plant. And now we're going to have to figure out a way to, you know, delicately remove all the roots of that plant from her brain, because this is an issue for her.
Is she's still taking the medicine?
Yes.
Yeah.
She has to take medication at this point. And a lot of these medications aren't things that you can just simply
Well,
stop taking.
I don't expect her to stop taking it. I just want to know what it is. I think if her mother had only told me, A, that she was taking medication and what it was, then I would never have been so concerned. Then I would never have been so concerned and not known.
But in the past, have you and Miss Kaylee been able to discuss these types of things
in
a calm, appropriate adult
Absolutely.
manner?
Absolutely. But Suzanne, she's apparently just felt that she owns Anya. I have no say in the matter, and I should have no say in the matter.
You have no say in the matter.
Well, legally I don't have a say in the matter. Biologically, she is my daughter, and I should have a say in the matter.
But legally, the judge has decided that you don't have a say in the matter, that Miss Kaylee is the one that gets to make these decisions, and the judge has not ordered Miss Kaylee to have to give you any of this information. So legally,
let me just ask
you're not entitled to it.
Let me ask you a quick question. If a person were to bring their child to, say, a daycare center for 8 hours, don't you think it's incumbent upon them to tell the daycare center what medications that child might be on?
No.
Not at all.
Not if they don't have a concern that there's going to be a side effect that needs to be addressed.
Okay. If that's what you're saying, then I accept it. I mean, I always thought that if your child's on a medication that could have symptoms or something, that the daycare center should know.
Could have symptoms or something. That's the parent's decision whether they feel like sharing that information with the other people involved in that child's life.
Well, I don't know if you know what this medicine is, but you would know if it has symptoms or side effects. And if it does, and she didn't tell me that she's being given it, I think that's wrong.
Well, whether we know what it is or not, we can't discuss anything with you because you're not entitled to any information legally. So we can't even hint at being aware of anything because you're not entitled to have that information.
So it could be Flintstones vitamins, right?
Could be Flintstones vitamins, could be Valium, could be birth control pill, could be anything. Not entitled to the information.
They would give a birth control pill to my daughter?
I'm making it very clear that I'm not giving you any indication as to what type of medication this child may or may not be on because you are not legally entitled to any of that information. And then we just have that one other thing to discuss. Off you go.
Did you... Now, you're saying that Anya has been diagnosed with PPD and NOS.
PDD.
I know, I apologize.
5 years ago when she was 2 years old, yeah.
Okay. So, you believe that diagnosis to be true?
At the time.
At the time?
Yes, I've read up on it, and it says that such a diagnosis can be ephemeral and preliminary. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a permanent.
So you don't believe that now?
I am not sure. I mean, everything I can see in my daughter seems like she's gifted, she's articulate, she doesn't have any developmental delays, in my observation.
So she could be bright and articulate and still have developmental delays.
And when you had called in the original report, that's what you had said, that Anya has been diagnosed with PDD, NOS, and requires a higher level of supervision.
Right.
So you're saying that you don't believe it, but...
You're contradicting yourself again,
exactly.
right? You
I'm
made
not
the report
contradicting myself. I said she was diagnosed with that, and I am concerned.
That you don't feel it's appropriate because she's bright and
articulate. That, combined with whatever medicine her mother might be giving her, could be confusing her. But the point, the raw point, is that my daughter was found outside, wandering out of a locked apartment. That's what I was reporting more than anything else.
No, I just wanted to... You're saying that you don't think anything's wrong, but yet you described her on the hotline.
That's right.
And that's what you described
her
as.
That is correct.
Okay.
Yes.
What is your goal as a parent?
To take care of my daughter.
Okay. What other goals do you have? Because that's an immediate goal. Let's go long term. What is your goal as a parent?
That is my goal.
To take care of your daughter for the rest of her life?
Until she's able to take care of herself.
Because ask me that question.
What?
What is your goal as a parent? Ask me.
To take care of my daughter.
You ask me. Mrs. Green, what is your
what is your
goal
goal as a parent?
My goal as a parent is to raise a happy and healthy adult who can take care of themselves.
Right.
Happy and healthy, take care of themselves. That is what your goal as a parent should be.
Well, it is.
But your actions around your child are not actions that are going to create a happy and healthy adult. Your child is overhearing statements, internalizing those statements as this is how my daddy feels about me.
About her? No, I think she's the greatest person in the world. I tell her that all the time.
But
I say you're the most wonderful daughter in the world, the most beautiful
person. But these other things are going into her brain as well. These other things that she overhears, your actions, your behaviors towards her, are the things that she's internalizing as well. It's just like if you took a bag of potato chips and crumpled them all up and then shook it over a strainer. A lot of those are going to stay in the strainer, and a lot of that's going to fall through. The things that you don't even realize you're doing and saying to your child are those chunks that are staying inside that strainer. You need to become more aware of those chunks. As a parent and as a human being, you need to be aware of the effect those chunks are having on your child and the negative effect that that's going to have on your parental goal to raise a happy and healthy adult. That's where you need to be. These are the concerns that have come up so far. We're addressing them with you. We expect these concerns to cease and desist at this point. Well, you know, maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea for you to take a parenting class. They're offered free. Right now, I think the YMCA is running one. You can join at any time. It's $10 to buy the workbook that goes along with it. It's a 10-week program, I believe. And you can call the YMCA and get the details about that. And they can help you understand childhood development, what's appropriate at different ages, how to address subjects with your children. And that only looks good to a judge, that you're willing to take that on yourself and learn more. Only going to look good to the judge. So I thoroughly recommend that.
All right, so do you have any questions?
Well, just what I had mentioned.
Well, again, we're not releasing that information.
Okay, well then I don't know if I have any other questions. Any suggestions? What kind of questions I should have?
No. Suggestions are, go sign up for the YMCA parenting program. Stop weighing your daughter. Stop with the sodas, caffeine, energy drinks.
All right, so that's all that we have at this point, so we're clear. Okay.